everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time, welcome. I'm Laura, and today I'm going to be doing a product review, or actually really just sharing my favorite products from the time that my daughter was 3 months to 12 months old. About a year now, it was about a year now, I filmed a newborn's must-have video, and I'm going to link that down below in the description box, down below. And that video is today my highest rated video for views, and I just figured it's well overdue for me to update. So this video is all about the products that we loved when my daughter was 3 months to 12 months old. We used a ton of products, so this is not a video sharing everything we use. This is just showing my favorites. Every child is different, so take this with a grain of salt. Things that worked for me might not work for you, and vice versa. So if you do have other products that you really like, please share them below in the comments to help out other moms. But what I do want to say is that I am not going to be sharing the products, for the most part. I'm not going to be sharing products that I didn't like in this video. If you do want an update, I can do another video of products that just did not work for us, that were not worth the money. But today's purpose is sharing the products that I think are well worth it and that we used quite frequently. I'm going to insert clips and pictures wherever I can to tell you a little bit more about these products and why they were our favorites. So if you're interested in baby products, keep on watching because I'm going to jump right in right now. So at 3 months old, that is when we first introduced Ariel to what I call the froggy chair. This is a Fisher Price chair. I'm going to link it below so you know exactly what the name is and you can find it on Amazon. I did not know about this chair until I had Ariel. So on my registry I had a bumbo chair, which I thought was what I would use while she was learning to sit up, and did not like the chair. It didn't work for Ariel. So I like the froggy chair better than the bumbo seat because it did have the tray. It had a way for her to not fall forward, and I could strap her in. I also like that it had toys to entertain her and keep her occupied. So this just worked better for us, and she enjoyed, once she was at that phase where she could hold her neck up, she enjoyed sitting and seeing the world in a different view. I definitely think you need to get a walker. Ariel loved this right away. We put her in it when she was actually too short for the lowest level, and we would just stack pillows underneath her so she could, feel what it's like to sit or stand upright, and she loved playing with the toys. And then by the time where she had enough length to actually start walking and moving, it was like a game changer. It was her favorite, and she would get so fast and go all over the house. She was walking in that thing like crazy before she could even crawl. She just loved it. So we had her in that all the time. If you have space for it wherever you live, it's definitely, I think, a great thing to have, that she liked the sense of independence. When Ariel was 6 months, that's when we bought and built her jumperoo. I would have started this earlier. I wish I started this earlier. If I had baby number 2, I would get them jumping earlier, because this was the first product where I could leave Ariel in it and she would be entertained for a solid half hour. So we started at 6 months and she just loved jumping. She loved, playing with all the toys. This particular jumperoo has attachments that had hanging, it's a rainforest theme, so it had hanging like parrots and things like that. I do have to say that my dog learned quickly that those things detach, and he thought that that was a toy for himself, so that got destroyed. But the jumperoo itself was awesome, and we used it a ton. I think that it really helped Ariel get really strong leg muscles. She was walking before she was 1 year old, so I think I credit the walker and the jumperoo, all those hours spent in those products, to her fabulous leg muscles. A toy that, I did mention this on the newborn video, but it's the kick and play piano. And by the time that she was, I don't know, when she was sitting up on her own, we converted the piano toy so that it was no longer about her laying down kicking the piano, but her sitting upright and playing the piano. So this is a toy that I think is worth the investment because it has so many purposes while your daughter or your child is developing. This was a product that grew up with her. The baby Brezza food maker. I do have a separate review that I created about this product that I'll link below, but I just want to say if you are planning to create your own baby food, that's something that I did. I introduced my daughter to solids, even though, you know, the mushy stuff. I don't know why it's called solids, because to me it's like mushy and not solid, but I introduced my daughter to solids at 4 months, and I used the baby Brezza from 4 months to 6 months every day, multiple times a day. This is a product where you can put your fresh fruit, vegetables, whatever you want to create into baby food, and it will steam it for you, it will mix it for you, and it's just so convenient and easy to clean. And then it tells you all the timings to know exactly like how long you need to steam, and it's easy, it's great. I would have used it longer, but by the time Ariel was 6 months old, she was not digging the solids. She wanted like what I was eating. So we transitioned when she was around 6 months into more, I don't know, regular food, what I was eating. So, but for those 2 months, I used this all the time. We transitioned Ariel out of her bassinet. We used the Halo bassinet, but we transitioned her out of her bassinet when she was 4 months old. She outgrew it. And we put her in her crib. And at first she was fine, but by the time we could no longer swaddle her, that's when her sleeping was very difficult, and she would not sleep through the night. My daughter is not a good sleeper. Now that we're at 15 months, she sleeps fabulously, but as a baby and infant stage leading up to her first year, she did not sleep well. So I was going crazy, you know, like you're so sleep deprived. But I found out about the Magic Merlin sleep suit, and this was awesome. So it comes in 2 different sizes. You can do a 3 to 6 month or a 6 to 9 month. And it's just a sleep suit that you put on them. They look like a big like sumo wrestler or like a marshmallow, and it's just this suit that kind of gives them the feeling of being swaddled, but they won't unravel from it. And the first night that we put her in this, she slept for like a solid 6 hours straight, which was life-changing. If you're not getting sleep, if you're waking up every 2 to 3 hours, having that long of a stretch is just amazing. And so I credit the sleep suit to that. The only thing, I wish I had started this earlier. I think it was around, I don't know, I feel like it was around 5 months, 6 months, maybe even earlier. I can't remember. Whenever we started this, you can only use the sleep suit for as long as your child is not rolling over onto their stomach. If they can roll over by themselves, they're not supposed to be in the sleep suit anymore, just because you don't want there to be any hazards. So if they're sleeping on their back and they're not rolling off from their back, then this is an awesome product. My baby monitor I love. It is a video baby monitor. It's Infant Optics is the brand, and it has its own separate control where you can watch. It's the monitor piece where you can check in on your child. You can even talk to them through the monitor if you want to, and it scrolls around the room, so you can manually move it around to see every angle of the room. I didn't know too much about baby monitors. I just knew I didn't want one that had the Wi-Fi component to it. I don't know, I was a little nervous about that piece, hackers and whatnot. I don't know, call me crazy, but I love this video monitor, and you can even add additional cameras to it if you have multiple children. So down the road, might need to get another camera. When it comes to bottles, the brand that just worked the best for us were the Tommy Tippy brand. We used those right away with her formula, and we used it all the way up to today. I know we're working on getting her totally off the bottle and using sippy cup, but this is a brand that she loved from newborn phase all the way till now. So we did test some others like Dr. Brown's and Avent and different styles of bottles, but this was the one that she liked, and we just stuck with it. Something I got off Amazon that we love, and it's part of our nighttime routine. Every night we read a book, and what I love are these bookshelves. These are the bookshelves that are open facing so that you can see all of the books versus just like seeing the spine of the book in a traditional bookcase. And she can reach the bottom row. So, you know, I say, let's get a book, and she runs right over to these. So obviously you can totally survive without bookshelves, but if you are looking for something, I think reading is such a good investment in our children, and these are really cute bookshelves too. Something that hands down could not live without, that's being a little dramatic, I could live without it, but something I love that maybe it's common knowledge, I think probably it is, but a mirror in the back seat. Having the mirror so that I can see my daughter while I'm driving, it totally is a necessity for me. I have anxiety as it is just driving by myself, so when I'm driving my most precious angel, yeah, I want to know that she's okay. So we tried a bunch of different, not a bunch, let me rewind. We bought 2 different brands of mirrors before we found the one that we love, and I'm just gonna link the one that we love below so you don't waste your time with the ones that we just did not find helpful. This one really, it latches on really well to the headrest in your back seat, so you don't have to worry about it falling over or falling on top of your baby while you're driving. It's very secure, and it has been a girl's best friend while traveling. We used the 4 Moms bathtub for 8 months. And we started out when she was first born putting it in the sink, and then we transitioned to putting it in the bathtub, and she used it way longer than she needed to, but I love the thermometer on that bathtub, and it was so important for me to know that I was not burning my child, or, you know, I was always so paranoid about the water temperature, and I still am. But at the 8-month point, I found the best thermometer. I actually bought a couple different thermometers that just were crap. Like, one was a rubber ducky that was supposed to like tell you on the bottom if it was hot or not hot, and that just didn't work. And then I got a whale thermometer that I felt like never worked. But this turtle here is a lifesaver. I will link below what the brand is. I'm not sure off the top of my head, and I don't see it on it, but I found this and it tells you the temperature so clearly. If it's too cold, it's yellow. If it's perfect temperature-wise, which is between 90 and 100 degrees, 90 and 99 degrees, under 100, it'll be green. And if it's over 100, 99 and above, it's gonna flash red. So it gives you the visual cue to know if the water is perfect or too hot, too cold. But then this also just floats around in the tub with her, and she plays with it, and it's awesome. It doesn't have any holes, so I don't have to worry about like water getting trapped and mold growing in there. So this is like a great bath toy, and it totally eases my mind because it lets me know the actual temperature of the water. For pacifiers, we love the MAM brand, M-A-M. We probably introduced those, I don't know when she was little, but it wasn't our first pacifier. We did a lot of trial and error, but MAM has been the brand that sticks. And mamas, do yourself a favor and get one of these pacifier clips. They sell them everywhere. I'll link some down below too, but they clip onto their shirt, and it makes a huge difference because my dog loves these pacifiers, so I cannot even tell you how many have been eaten by him, and they are so easy to lose and they fall everywhere. So just have it on a clip so you know where it is, because sometimes you just need to plug that mouth shut. When it comes to teething, oh my goodness, I need to do a video on what did and did not work for teething, because that is a journey in itself, and it's something that we're still going through. But what I wanted to point out right now is something that you see a lot are these like mesh, I don't know, you put like frozen fruits and stuff in them. This is a Munchkin brand, I'm pretty sure. I do not like these, and I'll tell you why. I mean, we still used it, but I don't love it because I know this was not the point of the video, but I'm gonna make my point when I show you what I do love. So I do not love the mesh kind because we would put frozen fruits in here. So like frozen strawberries, frozen mango, all different things for while she's teething so that she can gnaw on it and it was fine for her to ingest and eat and whatnot. When the fruit melts, it will come through all of these nice little holes in the mesh material, and we had constant mess everywhere. It was so gross, and I guess that was our fault because we didn't put this right back in the freezer when she wasn't chewing on it. But even while she was chewing on it, if those things were melting, it was just a mess. So I prefer this version, which it has the little hole at the top so she can still, like, you know, get the contents of the frozen fruit out of it while sucking on it, chewing on it, gnawing on it, whatever, but it is enclosed so nothing pours out except for at the top. So when those things are melting and getting like all sticky and sloshy, it's not coming out all over. So I love this, and I'm gonna link it below. I would always have a few of these right in the freezer ready to go with different fruits because you never know when that baby would be teething. Hardcore. The last thing I'm going to share is the type of soap brand that I really like for washing bottles. I tried Honest Company, I tried Mrs. Meyer's, I tried all these different types of soaps, but the one I like the most is Dapple. They have all different flavors, all different scents, and I just really like it because it's plant-based. It's totally free of all the different bad chemicals and stuff. I feel like it gets the milk smell out and the formula smell out of bottles really, really well, and then it doesn't have like any residue, and it doesn't have a bad taste or flavor in there. Yes, I'm crazy, and like every time I wash a bottle I then put water in it, make sure you can't taste any soap or smell any soap, and this is my favorite. So just wanted to share that little tidbit with you because it did take me a few product trials to find out which one I love, and that's why I'm sharing that. But so that's what I have for you for now. Definitely, if you haven't seen my newborn must-have videos, check that out because there's a ton of products in that video that we still used as Ariel was growing up. But the point of this video was to show new products that are not in that newborn video that we loved from Ariel's ages of 3 months to 12 months. So thank you for watching, and if you have other products that you loved that I didn't mention, put those down in the comments for other moms to benefit from. And as Ariel is now in this new toddler stage of life, there's a whole slew of products that we are all about right now. So I'll be putting together a video shortly about her 1 year plus journey and what items are really making a difference in our lives. Thanks for watching. I would appreciate if you subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video.